got it.
Good morning, good evening, happy day, everyone. Reverend Pat has her pretty polka dot bow on, so that's a sign that we're all ready to go. Welcome to Froggy Friday. Show them the fireworks, Reverend Gwen.
Ah, yes, yes.
We are so close to our conference and being together. Reverend Gwen leaves in 6 sleeps. I leave in 10 sleeps. It's happening.
Oh, where's my mouse?
Oh, that's fantastic.
I can't get my mouse to cooperate.
That's okay. Take it off. That's okay. We know. We are the fireworks. Hey, everyone. I want to welcome you to this beautiful sacred day, evening, morning, whatever that is for you, wherever you are in the world. And I want you to know, Reverend Pat's having lots of fun with all of these little apps. I want you to know that our conference team has been busy, creating beautiful moments and everything for our conference. Have you all filled out your registration? Dan, do we have your registration? Agnes? Okay. Flaminia? Anastasia? Okay. Flo is in the, okay. Everybody has their registration because we want you there. This is going to be life-changing, life-transforming, and we are so grateful that you have filled out your forms and we will be there. Gwen, do you have something else to say before we begin? Hey, Michelle.
No, we're good. I mean, let's just get going and have a good time. And we've got Paul to bring us in with an invocation. So let's just take that breath and come together.
So join me as I take this moment to just be still and remember this fundamental teaching that there is only one expressing itself in different forms, and this one I choose to call God. God expresses itself in various forms through my various experiences. And I know I too am just an expression of this one loving and ever expanding God. This is my truth, and I know this to be the truth of each and every one of us in our various capacities, in our various personalities. We are nothing but just this one expression, all united in our diversity, expressing this one wonderful and ever-present reality. I know this to be true. And since this is the case, I know this particular moment is unfolding perfectly, as is the nature of this one. This Froggy Friday is unfolding for our own spiritual nourishment, for our growth, for the growth of spirit. And I'm grateful for this realization. I'm grateful for this gathering. I'm grateful for this sharing of oneness amongst ourselves and for the sharing of love. I'm really grateful. And I release my word into the Lord, knowing that even as I speak it, it's already taken shape. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Nancy, will you sing in the meditation, please?
I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know.
That quiet hush of that last note resonating through each and every one of us. Focus on your breath. Breathing in that inspiration, exhaling and letting go. Breathe deep, slow. Allow it to saturate your body, your cells, every fiber of your being. Breathe it in and exhale fully out. Two more breaths at your own pace, making it long and slow. Breathing in the inspiration, exhaling and letting go. On your next inspiration, bring it into your heart space. And as you breathe deeply, expand it. Fill up that space, giving room to your heart. As you exhale, emanate that love that is generated in your heart space. Breathe in, expand. Exhale, gift your love. Feel the warmth, fill yourself. Feel that warmth that is the love traveling throughout your whole body, down your legs, out your feet, out your hands. Radiating. Bring your focus back to your heart and the heart space. Feel the depth and the warmth. This is your love center. Bring your attention to your love center and become that love center. Align the pulsation of your heart to the pulsation of the universe, because we are united and one with it. And as you align your pulsation with the universe, know that you are aligning your pulsation with each and every person's pulsation. We are in that divine frequency. Connected by that divine matrix. As you check in with yourself, feel that expansion throughout you. Feel the energy coursing through you at a higher vibration because you intentionally focused on your love center, letting love lead the way. Now come back to the breath. Bring your awareness back into the Zoom. Namaste.
Mm. Thank you, Reverend Glenn. Well, I think it's time to sing because I heard it's raining in Kenya. And I want you to know here in Canada, where Reverend Gwen and I are, it's minus 24 this morning. So singing is always a good way to stay warm. Tendai's like, minus 24. Come on. You guys all know this song. It's called One People. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, can you do the key change? Go, Gwen.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We're part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done, we are one.
See those spirit fingers. Woo! Thank you for
Well, let
singing.
me help you just go right into this, Reverend Barbara. Please keep your spirit fingers going for our very own Reverend Barbara Samuel and her message. Get up, wake up, and start your day.
Morning, spirit spiritual family. Welcome to 2024. I am so happy to be here with all of you. I've had chance to be in class and service with some of you in sessions and meetings, but I'm so grateful to see each and every one of us here today as we prepare for our beautiful conference that's coming. You know what? You know this. We are a spiritual community that espouses the philosophy of the study of the science of mind. And the science of mind is a study. It's a study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of creation. I choose to call it the thing itself. Now, traditionally, the first 4 weeks of January, usually for all Science of Mind churches, start with a review of the first 4 chapters of the text. And we do it because it's the foundation. It's the foundation of this teaching. And personally, I don't think we can talk about it enough. The foundation, that is. It is the source of our demonstrations. We were talking about this earlier with Mathoni. It's the source of our demonstrations. It's the outpicturing of our life. It's what we have created our lives to look like. You know, those healthy relationships, the vibrant, energetic life, the successful careers, and the other stuff like cars, food, shelter, school, books, career, all of those successes. Now, family, I want you to know that whenever Reverend Gwen and I come here on a Froggy Friday, whenever you see us in a meeting, whenever you see us in a class, we want to inspire and uplift and maybe even ignite you. And the Science of Mind textbook, it has been a very powerful tool for me just to do that. It inspires me, it uplifts me, it excites me, it challenges my beliefs. I have slammed it hard and thrown it in the corner of the couch until I'm ready to go deeper. It is that kind of book. So I want to encourage you, if you have it, use it. If you don't, consider getting one. Borrow one from our library at the office. Share one. Check it out for yourself. So what I'm going to start with first is this. Ernest Holmes said, the founder of our philosophy, he never said that this teaching, this philosophy was all that there is. He didn't say that's it. He didn't say it's this way or the highway. He didn't say this is the only way to grow and evolve. What he said was stay open at the top. And what that means is our possibilities of growing a life of expansions are endless. And there's lots of different ways to climb or navigate the terrain of this thing called life. He didn't say Science of Mind was the only way. What he did say was that this teaching would change your thinking. And by changing your thinking, it would change your life. Now, we all know and have experienced that just changing your thinking isn't always going to be enough. And I've had to learn this and relearn this a couple dozen times in my life. But here's the thing. We have to change the belief that's behind the thinking. Looking deeper into why we are thinking the way that we're thinking and discovering new ways to go deeper and examine ourselves. Friends, if we are willing to dive into the way that we think, we can drive ownership over the course of our lives. And it all boils down to tapping into our highest, our best self, that God self. And that's how we process our thoughts and our reactions, then moving into how we would do that. And by doing this, we can create a powerful feedback loop that can ultimately lead us to those achievement moments, that contentment and that fulfillment. I find that everyday life, just simple everyday life, is impossible without tapping into universal power of my best beliefs. And by best beliefs, I'm talking by trial and error, what has worked for me to be the best version of me possible. And I want you to know that just because beliefs exist silently, i.e. in my thinking in my head, it doesn't make them less powerful. Today, I want you to know and write this down. Your beliefs influence your behavior. Your beliefs influence your behavior. For example, if you believe you're capable, if you believe you're competent, if you believe you're deserving of your dream job, you're probably more likely then to notice and seek out opportunities that could help you get there. And you're also probably more likely to perform better in an interview. When I'm reframing my mindset, my beliefs, whether it's for health, success, opportunities, a stronger faith, I begin to change my thinking to something that resembles these phrases. And feel free to use these things for yourself, these phrases for yourself. I speak it out loud and they are my go-tos. I say, Barbara, you do not break promises to yourself. Perspective counts, Barbara. Remember why you started, girl. Keep going, keep learning. You're doing great. You've got this. And when I'm ready for a new awareness of my life and in my life, a new way of beingness, it requires changing beliefs behind my thoughts. And to do that, you got to make space for your thoughts. People, human thinking is complex. We're complex people. Oh my goodness. I begin to notice my thoughts more. I begin to think of them more purposefully, more intentionally, and I allow myself to become more aware of how my mind is thinking. I hold my thoughts lightly. And what I mean by that is gentle, gentle, gentle with yourself. That third gentle is very powerful. If you've hung with me at all, you've heard me say gentle, gentle, and then that third gentle just solidifies it. And then practice, practice, practice. Practice the new thought. And then seek evidence every single day for that thought. And what I mean by seeking evidence is when I was ready for a new primary relationship many years ago, I had some housekeeping to do in my mind. I'm not talking my kitchen. I'm talking my mind needed some housekeeping. My beliefs of a relationship was that they had to be hard. I had said things like, there ain't no good men left. I'm better off alone. Anybody relate? Those thoughts weren't working. I had to decide what I believed and how I believed it. Your beliefs influence your behavior. So I sought out role models of a healthy, loving, kind relationship. And my husband, Neil, and I modeled our love from that place until we melted into our own deeper belief and thoughts of our marriage. Here's where I'm going when I talk about the thing itself. It's always there. It's always present. It's always available. The power, the light, the ignition, the beauty, the life, the love, the joy. What I've figured out is to recognize the thing itself is a process. And that process has to happen from me. And it may or may not happen at the snap of a finger. It can. But for me, it has been a lifelong journey of self-discovery, acceptance, recalculating and formulating myself every single day. My intention is in the discovery process that I will change, that I begin to look and live from my higher self and that divinity within me. A process where I take myself out of my human ego self and I truly begin to discover who I am from a spiritual point of view and aspect. And when I do that, I'm now seeing things from a broader life lens and view. I'm observing my own life. And by doing that, connecting to my higher self, I begin to expand the possibilities to make everything bigger, better, grander, easier, and happier for my life. Ernest Holmes wanted us to know that our lives, mine and yours, our lives are a continuation of our thoughts. Friends, we're probably not as conscious of our thinking as we really believe we are. I'll speak for myself. I can see I'm preaching to the choir here and you're all enlightened already. But how many times have I flown by the seat of my pants, hanging on for dear life and praying it all works out? And for the most part, it has. However, did I make it harder by not just tapping into the very thing itself immediately? The essence of life. The thing itself is special, but it's not a secret. It's ours to use, absorb, connect with, become one with, and celebrate. That's why today's talk title is Get Up, Wake Up, Start Your Day, just like Reverend Gwen said. You've heard it said before, when you treat, you've got to move your feet. Well, I add a caveat and a warning or a caution. When you get up, wake up, start your day, and you treat and you move your feet, it may cause miracles. Could you all use a miracle in 2024? Let me see it. Let me see it. Can you? Oh, nobody? Not one person. Okay. All right. Because Spirit's waiting for you. Spirit's waiting for you to say, I'm ready for a miracle, because it's waiting to give it to you and present it to you. And from my experience, miracles are totally possible. The challenge is you can't force them. You can only make space. Remember I said, make space for them. And that's the same with life and the thing itself, making space for it all to be all of you, for all of you to be all consumed by love, just like this beautiful meditation that Reverend Gwen gave and the beautiful treatment that Paul gave, consumed by love, embraced by power and the light and the peace and the presence of the one. How? By creating the right inner and outer circumstances. And with the right conditions in place, we allow them to emerge naturally. Ernest Holmes said, getting my book, we cannot count the grains of sand on a single beach. The earth contains untold riches, and the very air is vibrant with power. The very air is vibrant with power. Why then, friends, why do we feel weak or not enough or afraid? My husband and I were away over Christmas. We went away, and on Christmas, on New Year's Day, because we stayed up very late, 8:30 on New Year's Eve. Very late. There was no midnight bell ringing for me. I got up early on New Year's Eve. I said to my husband, you stay in the bed. I'm going to go set my intentions. And I walked the beach. And for miles, I couldn't see anyone. It's a long, beautiful beach. Everyone was sleeping from the night before, I suppose, except for one surfer. He was out there at 6 o'clock in the morning, surfing, falling, getting up, falling, getting up. I saw him doing his thing. And when I go away at Christmas and New Year's, I don't sing. I am a singer, you guys know that, but I don't sing. I rest my voice because I lead into that season and it's very busy. And out of my mouth, I started singing Amazing Grace. Now, full voice. This is a song I have sung at weddings, funerals, church. I've sung it all the time, but I never heard this verse until I sang it that day. And you guys all know it. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace that fear relieved. In that moment, I recognized my full connection to the one, how mighty and powerful that force can be. I created space for the grace to allow my heart to release anything that had been holding me back and binding me. You cannot force it. You can only make space for it by creating the perfect and right inner and outer circumstances. That condition of walking the beach that day, I allowed my heart, like Reverend Gwen said, to be led by love, and it emerged naturally. I want you to know, I want you to recognize that the divine plan is one of freedom. Things like fear, bondage, suffering, that is not God ordained. Freedom is our birthright. We sing it, we say it, we embrace it. That's what we must do. But human beings, as human beings, we are always seeking to express ourselves in terms of freedom. We should be listening. Friends, we should be listening to that small inner voice, the thing itself that says to each of us and tells us of a wonderful life that we can have and a freedom that the soul craves is now. And as much as we are craving it, that freedom, that love, that space, that longing, it is also incredibly desirous of each of us. It is longing for us. And I confess, like many people, I was taught to create from a consciousness of lack or of fear. And I focused my energy on what I didn't have or what I couldn't do or how someone or something else was stopping me from getting what I thought or what I needed or what I deserved. And after many years of suffering, and maybe you can relate, I had to admit the truth to myself. And that truth was, in order to create the life I wanted, I needed the resources that I didn't have. And I couldn't seem to get with the knowledge and the experience that I was living at that time. Now, many years later, I understand that in order to get the resources that I need, I have to do what Ian Levant sent. You guys know Ian Levant sent. She calls it resourced, reconnected to the source of all things, my divine self and the power of my mind and my heart, the very essence of life itself. And in my dark times, I have forgotten that I have been given all that I need. I have come well equipped. You have come well equipped. We have been given everything we need to create a life of our dreams, to be connected to the consciousness, the frequency, the energy of abundance, the expansion and fulfillment of the thing itself, life. Miracles. I asked you to put your hand up. Miracles just like life. You are, I am, we are the only ones who can facilitate them in our own lives. How? Get up, wake up, start your day by shining the love and light that you were born to be. My husband wrote a song called Shine the Love and Light That You Are, which is where I got the song title today. And Gwen, I don't know if you want to bring up the lyrics, but I can do it too. And it goes like this. Get up, wake up, start your day. Shine the love and light that you are. Throw your fears and worries away. Shine the love and light that you are. Come on and shine, shine, shine the love and light that you are. Oh, won't you shine, shine, shine the love and light that you are. That's who we are meant to be. That's what this world is calling. And this song reminds me that you don't use the thing itself to find yourself. You use it, the thing itself, to create yourself, to create a life that is yours. And in my experience, and this is my personal experience, people come to this teaching, this philosophy, this science of mind, beautiful essence. They come searching for something. We have a yearning. Sometimes we stumble into it. Sometimes we run. Sometimes we're guided by a friend or even a stranger by reading a book or watching a video. You could be here by coincidence, tragedy, curiosity. However you come, you've come here searching. Yes, a longing for something, the thing itself. And I'm just saying that when people say to me, you seem to have found a place where you fit in this world, and how do you do it? What they're really saying is, I have a desire to connect and come home to the beloved divine one. Because when we see something in someone else, whatever we're seeing in them, it already exists in me. That spark we talk about, that is Reverend Gwen's and my desire to bring to you, that ignition, that inspiration, when people say, I see something in you, what they're really seeing is the thing itself in action as me. But I know, and I will tell you, just like I tell them, then we are mirrors. Because if you're seeing it in me, it's in you too. Because the thing itself is every single thing, all of it, every single thing. But it's not responsible for all of it, good or bad. You are, we are. Whatever we're experiencing is a result of our thinking, be it limited or unlimited. All of our experiences are what we have created in our life. And so, as we welcome this new year, I want to encourage you to consider how you're preparing to create space for more miracles. How will you do that? And you might think, oh, what's a miracle? It's not about the size. To me, a miracle is about a breakthrough. Maybe it's freeing yourself from something that has been blocking you your entire life. Maybe it's meeting someone who's finally on the same wavelength as you, and you've been waiting your whole life. It could be a simple idea, a creative expression, an urge, an opportunity that sets a big positive change in motion. But it could be something way bigger too. Well, whatever a miracle is for you, there's a method to facilitate them. You do it through that thing itself, to live a more abundantly, manifesting your prosperity and that perfect life that you deserve. Friends, when you, your loved ones, have the same idea about this true meaning of the one thing itself, that's what we do in this Center for Spiritual Living Kenya. The sky is the limit, individually and collectively. And the best way to make that happen is by having a shared language and understanding. And I'm not talking a language that's different than English or Swahili. I'm talking about the language of love to create that joy in your life. The words you use, the words you use create the reality that you experience. Abundance, happiness, health, creative expression, it is our divine birthright and a gift of grace. Just like the song Amazing Grace said, it's a gift of grace from Source. The thing itself is the source and creator of all. So if you have an opportunity to start 2024 in a different way, why wouldn't you? Because once you understand the fundamental principles that this is your life, there's no turning back. Your life will change because your mindset about your life and your relationship with your life will change. And then the lives about the people all around you will also begin to change for the better. The thing itself is that which is in every single one of us, and it partakes of the nature of the universal wholeness. And insofar as it operates, I choose to call it God. And it doesn't care who you are, what you have, it exists in even those folks that don't know. Remember, it reacts to us subject to our thoughts, and it only cares to the degree that you believe. The thing itself is never changing and ever evolving simultaneously. And by never changing, I mean it's always there, whether you know it or use it or believe it. And it is forever evolving. That is the thing that is open at the top with infinite possibilities to you. So what is the thing itself? It is the miracle. It is the get up, wake up, start your day. It's the way you love. It's the way you love me, all of those around you. It's the way you love you. It's the operating system of life. The thing itself is all the power of the universe, and it is with you. And I pray you feel it, know it, use it, and then spiritual family, you better act as though it's true. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Barb. Oh my goodness. You know, it makes me think of that. Once you know something, you can't unknow it.
Yes.
But I remember many, many years ago, a young practitioner in Kelowna was getting installed or getting his license. And his little thank you speech was, once you become a pickle, you can't go back to being a cucumber.
So true.
So I just thought, oh, that's coming up again. Because you
Oh,
can't
I
unknow
love
this
them.
teaching once you get into it and know it and then experience it. Exactly.
When you know better, you do better.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your
My
wisdom.
joy. My joy.
Let's just take a breath and soak that in. Is there any questions for Reverend Barb? I got to tell you, when I first started going to Kelowna, Reverend Barb, of course, was the musical inspiration. And I remember watching her on stage and going, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. So she became my spiritual prototype. Not that I wanted to become her. It was her her energy and her like giving and singing and just that way she moved and grooved on the stage. And it gave me when you talked about the mirror, it's like, yeah, it was in me. It was in me. But when I saw Reverend Barb up on that stage, it was like, that's what I'm looking for. Right. So I always bless that day, Barb. I always bless
I do
that
too,
day.
Gwen, because our life is here today and it started then, that moment. And there's been
Never
so
been
many.
the same. It's
No
been the
going back,
best.
baby. No going back.
Anastasia, you got your hand up. You've had it up for a little while. Have you got a question, my dear?
She put it up when I was asking for people about miracles.
Okay.
Who needs a
All
miracle?
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you can still unmute and ask a question if you like. All right. Well, let's get down to the offertory, Reverend Barb.
So we are an organization that runs solely off of your love offerings. And we are here because of you. We are able to share our messages, our classes, our conference, our time together, our youth groups, our teen groups, our extended community work because of you. So if you are inspired and this is your spiritual home, and this is where you get uplifted and transformed, I want to encourage you, if you are in Kenya, to send your love offering to Nancy. You can send it M-Pesa, via M-Pesa. Nancy will post the number. If you are in Canada or North America, you can send via PayPal on cslkenya.org, or you can e-transfer us. And we put every cent that you share with us back into you. So I'm going to ask you to unplug, unmute, and I will say a line, and then I will ask you to repeat it after me. Thank you, Nancy, for posting that. Unmute, everyone. Unmute. I want to hear your beautiful voices claim and own these phrases, these statements. I am filled with the energy of abundance.
I am
Complete with the energy.
Abundance.
I am willing to share my financial good with my spiritual community.
I
I'm willing
Willing
to
to
share my
share
financial
my
good with my spiritual
spiritual
community.
And so it is.
it is.
Now, I just want to say, does anybody need treatment? Because we can ask Pat to send us into a room. If you do, and I'd ask all the practitioners to stay until we get that worked out. And I would also ask if everybody has filled out their attendance registration for the conference, because we want you there. We have created a beautiful moment of love, community, power, and joy. Mathoni, are you looking for treatment? Okay, Christopher's looking for treatment, Pat?
Yes.
Kareth is looking for treatment.
Karen. And Karen. So Prax, please stay in the room until...
What does that mean? Okay, Duke. You want treatment, Duke?
No, I was just answering your question.
Oh, which question though, honey?
Registration.
the one we were chatting with you. I've just seen it.
Okay.
That's good. And so
Who are the
um,
practitioners that are staying? Sorry to
Paul
interrupt.
is here.
Paul?
Nancy's here. And Patrick's here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Dan and Nancy, this is good. Nancy can do the treatment, Gwen, and then come back after Dan is gone. So that's perfect. So for the rest of you, go forth and shine the love and light that you are. And every night when you put your head down and every morning when you wake up, give profound thanks that you are part of that operating system that is good and so good. Reverend Gwen and I adore you. We value you. We appreciate you. We see you. And we can't wait to press your flesh. We cannot wait to see you. We're going to be together very soon. So go and shine the love and light that you are. Blessings.